aka the Octavian. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be places that I like to shop for secondhand fashion. If you know me, I've been a thrifter slash secondhand fashion person for a really long time, and I just figured that I wanted to share a couple of different places of where I currently like to go, or where I get to find really cool deals and specials and things like that. This is everything from like thrift stores, consignment shops, and even a few online websites as well. But yeah, so without further ado, this is places I like to shop for secondhand fashion. All right, so the first place that I like to go is Poshmark. I know, you're like, what? That online app thing, whatever. Surprisingly, you can find a really good selection if you're looking for like vintage or like a certain like niche on Poshmark. I'm personally on Poshmark as a seller. This is not like a shameless plug or anything like whatsoever, but before even selling on Poshmark, I always loved finding different vintage pieces, different fashions, just so you can kind of like switch it up and not have like the same generic materials that you would find in like more like fast fashion stores. I like Poshmark because of its ease, and then you know, you could easily get it within 2 business days. I do like that model that is working for them. For me, I also like to pay attention to like the different fabrics things are made, and it just makes everything more accessible, and just with ease, like to find certain things that I'm looking for, even just with like keyword searches of like an item, say like a vintage, you know, bomber jacket, but you know, made with denim, you know, like acid wash denim, like certain terms like that you can find on Poshmark super quickly with ease. I love it. Highly recommend, if you're not already on Poshmark, to check them out for some really cool fun vintage shops. My second favorite way to find you know, thrifted or secondhand vintage items or pieces, believe it or not, is from Instagram. I follow a lot of independent creative artists on Instagram, and a lot of them have their own like vintage stores of where they source vintage pieces and sell them through Instagram or through their own personal website, such as like Shopify. And I have found so many like rare collectible vintage pieces through there. Highly recommend, especially you know, if you are just wanting it, you know, like I guess ease with Instagram or just using things online, and just finding something that's a little bit different and kind of like funky. A lot of these stores actually have the sellers or the artist handmade pieces there as well. Definitely love that if you're wanting more like custom like looks and things like that, or like reworked vintage pieces, check out Instagram. All right, so the third place that I like to source and find different vintage thrifted pieces is good old mom and pop thrift stores. Now, when I say mom and pop, I'm not talking about, you know, your Goodwills, your Salvation Armies, and any other like, I guess, corporate or corporation like thrift store. I genuinely mean like a mom and pop shop, the ones that you can't really like look up online. They're in your local like nooks and crannies of like a neighborhood, those type of shops. Oftentimes I feel like those places have the best discounts because they haven't been so commercialized, and they're not, you know, just flashing like marketing and things like that. Places like that, you can find things that are cheap as, you know, $1.99, or you know, just super affordable and cheap. And especially if you are a reseller or if you flip thrifted pieces, definitely utilize mom and pop thrift stores even more so than your you know, commercialized thrift stores. Definitely will save you a lot of money in the end, and you get to find some, you know, original work and pieces, not only for yourself, but for even just, you know, your shop or people, gifts, all of the above. But yeah, all right, the last place that I love finding vintage pieces, originality, clarity, is Etsy. Now, I know you get this a lot, you're like, duh, they're known for like handmade, handcrafted, all the above, but just hear me out. Like, you can find such great gems on Etsy. It's kind of crazy. This is just not even just with like clothing or thrift stores, but I'm talking about like housewares, like vintage, like 70s, like cookware. Like, you can find things that are just more sustainable when it comes to like materials, and that just like last a little bit longer on Etsy. I'm always going to support Etsy. I 1000% love, you know, what they do. I love that they support, you know, smaller independent artists and help them, give them a platform to, you know, show people their work. I found so many, you know, rare pieces, gems, not only for like my home or just for fashion, but literally everything. Highly recommend checking out Etsy if you haven't already. But yeah. All right, and that is the places that I like to shop for secondhand fashion. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope this will be like a resource for you if you are just looking for different places to support, just as well as just living a more slow fashion, so conscious like lifestyle, and not just feeding into commercialism, materialism, and just kind of slowing down. We live in such a, you know, fast-paced world that we just buy a lot of things just because it's cheap and not really being considerate of, you know, how it was made, where did it come from, who am I supporting. So may this encourage just more mindful shopping and living, and maybe you can just, you know, spread the message to your family and friends. But truly hope you enjoyed this video. If you like this video, give it a like, and if you are subscribed or if you haven't already, be sure to do so in the link below. But yeah, until next time, I'll see you guys later. All right, bye.